Hey there, and welcome to Approvals for Monday.com. In this video, we'll walk you through everything you need to know to get started with Approvals for Monday.com, from navigating the app to using its core features. But don't worry, whilst this video is longer than usual, it's broken up into chapters, so you can skip forward to the sections that are most important to you. Let's get started. Before sending an item for review, let's take a look at the approval settings and show you the different configuration options that are available. Once the Approvals app is first installed, you can find the approval settings within any item by selecting the settings icon here. Firstly, we will merge the two crucial columns, Approval Status and Approvers, into our Monday.com board to provide full visibility of all items submitted for approval. For each column option, select the Select a Column option and then press Create New Column. This will automatically add these columns to your Monday board. Now, let's head back to our main dashboard. We can now see the two new columns have been added. Next, for the best setup, let's change the column titles to Approval Status and Approvers. And finally, we're going to change the approval status labels to better align with our approval workflow. To do this, simply click the gray status label to open the list of default labels and then select Edit Labels. For a seamless approval process, we recommend adding the following statuses: in review, approved, rejected, not started, and pending review. Once your labels are configured, click Apply, and the status labels will be updated. Now that we have set up our status columns, let's jump back into the approval settings. Before we start creating our first approval round, we can manage and set the minimum approvals and rejections needed that will apply globally to your approval process. For each option, select the number field, and the drop list will appear where we can select the number of approvals and rejections needed. Once done, the number field will automatically update. Finally, control when and if your approval process will require approval feedback from your approvers by selecting Require Comments here. Next, the drop list will display three options, which we can see here. Once selected, your preference will automatically be updated globally for all approvals. Now that we have walked through the main setting options, it's time to focus on creating a single-stage approval process. To request an approval, open any items in your Monday.com board and select the Approvals tab that you can see here. Once the approval window has opened, you just need to click on Add New Round to start setting up the approval process. First, we need to give the approval round a name. You can do this by clicking here and typing in the name of your choice. Once done, your changes will save automatically. Next, we need to add the required approvers to the approval round. You can select individuals within the Add Approver field by typing in their name or selecting options from the drop-down menu. A quick note, if you have the Pro edition of Approvals for Monday.com, you can also choose Approval Teams from the drop-down menu. And finally, once you have all of the approvers added, press Start to begin the approval process. The approvers will now be notified in-app and by email that their approval is required on this item. You can also see the approval status has now changed to pending review, like you can see here. It's important to note that if you are on the free plan of approvals, you will only be able to add one approval round within each item and add up to 3 approvers. To remove these limits, you will need to upgrade to the Pro version of Approvals for Monday.com. Right. With that being said, let's jump back to the Monday.com board. Here we can see the approval status of the item at a glance. This makes it really easy to manage multiple items through the review and approval process. Let's take it a step further and show you how to create a multi-stage approval process. As mentioned just now, you will need the Pro edition of Approvals to do this. The process is the same as before, and we need to start by adding an approval round. After a first round has been added and set up, we just need to add the next round by pressing Add New Round again. The configuration process remains the same. I'll quickly set up 2 more approval rounds now, and we'll speed up the video as we do it. And there we are. 3 approval rounds have been added with a variety of approvers. The final step is to kick off the approval process, and we can do this by pressing Start here. So you are an approver, and an item has been sent to you for review and approval. Let's take a look at how easy it is to review and approve items using Approvals for Monday.com. First, let's access the item through the automated approval notification. These come through on email or within Monday.com. We will just use the email notification for this video tutorial. Once the item has been opened, you can see my name within this approval round, and it is currently waiting for my approval decision. I have the ability to approve or reject the item using these buttons here. For this example, I'll press approve and leave a brief comment like so. We just need to press save to store the decision and comments, and that's it. Easy peasy. The Pro Edition of Approvals for Monday.com comes with a range of additional features such as parallel or sequential approvals, approval teams, and approval templates. We'll go through each of those now. With the Pro Edition, you can choose how an approval progresses through the approval rounds. You may need an approval to move through the rounds in a specific order than approval default parallel process. Let's take a look at how you make use of the sequential approval process. First, open the Approvals tab in any item with multiple rounds of approval. You will see this icon here, which states the order of the approval. Add a number into this field, and this will set the desired order for the approval rounds. As always, the final step is to press Start to kick off the approval process. Next, with the Pro Edition, you can choose the specific group of people to review and approve an item by selecting the necessary teams within your approval process, using the teams created with the Team feature of Monday.com. Let's take a look at how you can select the teams created in Monday.com when choosing your approvers for an approval round. Once we have added our approval round to an item, it's time to select your approvers within the Add Approver field. We can select our team created in Monday.com within the drop list, or filter the results by typing the team's name. Now that you have selected the required team for the approval, it will show here. Finally, when someone from the team has approved the item, the approver field will update to show the name of the person that we can see here. And finally, let's take a look at approval templates. If you have a standardized process or require the same approvals for multiple items, it would be best to create an approval template. This will save you heaps of time and means you can just use the template in the approval setup process and configure an approval in a matter of seconds. First, we need to create our approval templates. To do this, we need to open the templates by clicking on this icon. You will now see the Templates Manager, and if your teammates have created any templates, then you can also see them here. If you have quite a lot of templates, make use of the search feature to find what you are looking for. Let's create a new approval template. I'm going to start by clicking Create New Template, and this will open the configuration window. You will notice this looks the same as the normal approval setup process, and that's intended. We just need to add our approval rounds, name them, add the approvers, and select whether it's a parallel or sequential approval process. I'll go ahead and do this now, but we'll speed up the video whilst doing this. Once the approval template is completed, just press Save, and it will be added to your Template Manager. Now, let's add this template to an item in our Monday.com board. I'll jump into a random item, click onto the Approvals tab, and then select Apply Template from the option here. Give everything a quick check to make sure it's all ready to go, and press Start to kick off the approval process. Job done! And those are all the core features in Approvals for Monday.com. Just remember, you are not alone when using the app. There are user guides available to help guide you through all of the features and functionality in Approvals. Some of the guides also contain tutorial videos that walk you through Approvals in more detail. If you have any specific questions about Approvals or would like assistance, we also have a UK-based customer support team available to help you. Just raise a ticket and someone will be in touch with you. For now, though, we hope you and your team enjoy using Approvals for Monday.com.